All right, here we go. Terminator 2 Judgment Day cards from Impel. I got a 36 pack box. I got the music going. I got this box from my friend James, who picked this up for me. These boxes are going for, I'd say, around $30 at this point. Got a 36 pack box, 12 cards per pack, so 432 cards in the box in total. It is a 140 card single series set, so you should be able to complete at least one full set, maybe a few others. You see 12 movie cards, one offer card per pack. So the offer card, you'll see various T2 merch, mug, action photos, buttons, a cap, a poster, patch, t-shirt, pen pencil set, sweatshirt, jacket. Of course, all those expired about 34, I should say, years ago. And I'm going to finally turn the music off there as we get going here. I got those sweet plastic packs similar to some of the other sets that were being put out around this time. Score Sports Cards used to put their packs in the plastic. Skybox slash Impel. So here we go. This is a combination of shots from the movie and just shots from the movie and some behind the scenes photos. So there's card 101. And so there you go. And then next card, there you go. Behind the scenes with director James Cameron. So there you go. 140 card set. Again, this was available as a factory set, which included an Arnold Schwarzenegger hologram. You're not going to find that in here, unfortunately. And a Stan Winston special effects artist card that was in the factory set. And again, the movie, 1991, released. Are these all landscape? Let's see here. Are these all going to be landscape? Not exactly. So some behind the scenes photos. Got the Terminator 2 Judgment Day logo there. This is from the mall scene fairly earlier in the movie. Nice shot there of Arnold. And there you go. Pack number 1. We've already got duplication here, so these cards don't seem to be well collated, but we'll see as we go along. And there's some flipping here as well. So great shot from the movie. The Harley taking flight into the LA aqueduct. Similar scene a couple of minutes later there. And then this is the end of the movie. This is kind of the end for the T1000. And we got the T1000 in the tanker. I think that's the liquid nitrogen tanker. And there's that sweet Tyvek jacket, one of the offers that I was talking about. Back in 1991, you could get this jacket for $34.95, which is, I don't know, probably about $60 now. With $5 postage and handling, 6 to 8 weeks for delivery. So not exactly Amazon turnaround times, but, the machines have taken over in the last 30 years. So there you have it. Again, the movie, Terminator 2 Judgment Day, written, directed, produced by James Cameron. William Wisher was also a co-writer on the film, starring, of course, Arnold Schwarzenegger. You also have Linda Hamilton. You also have Robert Patrick playing the T1000, and Edward Furlong. I believe it was Edward Furlong's first role, but again, tell me if I'm wrong there. There you go. The behind the scenes of the attack at Cyberdyne, one of the greatest action scenes, in my opinion, of just the set piece of the action taking place in Cyberdyne. Outside, there's Sarah Connor as Linda Hamilton. Another great shot of Arnold Schwarzenegger, the final goodbye. So behind the scenes of that, another Linda Hamilton firing on the chopper behind the scenes. So, and our offer card, the last card in the pack, and there's the sweatshirt. And I'll be honest with you, I kind of want to get this sweatshirt. I should probably check eBay to see if these exist. Only goes up to XL, $24.95 back in 1991. Kind of pricey for 1991, to be honest with you. Anyway, Terminator 2 cost about $100 million to make, which was at the time the most expensive film ever made. The movie made over 5 times its budget, which is about $520 million, making it the highest grossing film of 1991 worldwide and the third highest grossing film of all time, at that time, I should say, behind Star Wars and E.T. And this, of course, the second movie in the Terminator franchise. Hasta la vista, baby. One of the key phrases, quotes of the movie. Hasta la vista, baby, Biggie. Yeah, so this is the second movie in the franchise, taking place 11 years, at least storyline-wise, 11 years after the events of the first Terminator film. That movie came out in 84. This came out in 91. So 7 years between movies in our time, but the storyline-wise, 11 years. So there you go. Some great shots there. And I'm kind of more interested in these giveaways, to be honest with you. Collector's embroidered emblem, like a patch, I guess. $325 for the patch. So those who don't know, Terminator 2, a reprogrammed T-800, played by Arnold Schwarzenegger. He played the T-800 in the first movie. A reprogrammed T-800 is sent back in time to protect John Connor, who is a preteen, and he's the future leader of the human resistance. So in the future, in the early 2000s, which I guess a few years from 2025, as this video is being filmed, is when the fictional resistance is taking place. So John Connor is the leader of the resistance, and so the T-800 is sent back to protect John, and the machines send a liquid metal T-1000 played by Robert Patrick to and there you go, the T-1000, Robert Patrick, a very young Robert Patrick there, and oh, there you go. The T2 trucker hat, only $7.95 with $2.50 postage and handling. It's a good deal. So Cameron and Wisher wrote this film, T2. They did not plan on making any more sequels. They felt that the way this movie was written was a logical conclusion. In theory, at the end of the movie, they stop the resistance from happening. But I got kind of against their wishes. There have been several movies since that have kind of retconned the results of T2. So T3, Rise of the Machines, Terminator Salvation. So Rise of the Machines came out in 2003. Kind of a graphic shot there. And then Salvation was 2009 with Christian Bale, and then Terminator Genesis 2015, and then Dark Fate in 2019. I think Hamilton and Schwarzenegger come back for the 2019 film, and then there was a 2008 series. So this franchise is there's been so much Terminator over the years, and really a credit to Linda Hamilton, to James Cameron, and of course Arnold Schwarzenegger for making the franchise really what it is, and how big it really has become. And there you go, the offer, the action photos for $9.95. So there you go, action photos, the prize there, or the prize, the offer. But I mean, for me, Terminator 2 is like an example of a sequel being as good or better than the original. I'm going to stop right here. Classic quote. This is a quote from the first movie when Reese finds Sarah Connor. He says, "Come with me if you want to live." And obviously when they rescue Sarah Connor from the institution, the T-800 played by Arnold says the same quote, "Come with me if you want to live." The great iconic shot of Terminator, half with the exoskeleton and the other half with Arnold's face. Classic. airborne Kawasaki right there at the Cyberdyne set piece at the end. There's Cameron and Edward Furlong behind the scenes there. So there's Dyson, Miles Dyson, who's taking the chip and the exoskeleton arm from the first movie, and their intent is to destroy it to prevent the revolution from happening, or the resistance, I should say. And then our offer card here, collector's edition poster featuring all 140 Terminator 2 movie cards. So there you go, the poster for $6.95. So the movie was filmed between October 1990 and March 1991, taking place in and around LA. And obviously throughout the movie, you could feel the presence of LA in the film, especially like scenes like the aqueduct chase scene. I mean, really, just kind of throughout the movie, it feels like California, because it is. And as I'm talking, just a lot of duplicate shots here. So we probably don't have to open up all 36 packs, because I think we're going to see most of what we need probably in the next few minutes here. Yeah, we're really kind of seeing another classic shot. And then the sweatshirt offer, which you've seen already. But yeah, the movie itself, really groundbreaking. They used a combination of practical effects and special effects, and the advanced visual effects were done by Industrial Light and Magic, ILM, and included the first use of a computer-generated main character, which is Robert Patrick's, there you go, the T1000. Computer-generated main character, but this actually resulted in a schedule overrun. And from what I heard, or from what I've seen online, I should say, the theatrical prints for the movie were not delivered to the theaters until the night before the picture's release on July 3rd, 1991. So this is a big July 4th blockbuster film, and it paid off. I mean, this was, oh, there you go. Have you seen this, boy? Of course, they used that quote in Wayne's World. Robert Patrick shows up as the T1000 there. Our offer is the collector's buttons. There you go. Who doesn't want button A and button B? $1.50 a piece. There you go. And this movie did win 4 Academy Awards at the 64th Academy Awards. Best makeup, best sound effects editing, and best visual effects. And I mean, when you see the movie, it really, I mean, there you go. Best makeup. I mean, the movie looks fantastic. Obviously, the sound, you're not getting that from these packs, but the makeup, maybe not so much the visual effects from this set, but I mean, great looking shots. And of course, it's a James Cameron movie. So anything James Cameron just over the years has just looked awesome. I mean, Titanic, Terminator 1, The Abyss, Avatar. I mean, Cameron, Aliens. How can I forget Aliens? Sigourney Weaver from 1986. I mean, Cameron has put out so many classic movies over the years, and really all of his movies are groundbreaking. And even though he uses special effects, the practical effects are always present in his movies, which I think is what makes everything look so great. He kind of refuses to give in fully to the special effects. Maybe not so much. I mean, Avatar, maybe a different story, but definitely in some of these earlier films that he's done, a lot of practical effects. I kind of like that. Is that like a Public Enemy shirt that Edward Furlong has? There you go, T1000. The movie was in 2023. The Library of Congress selected this movie for preservation in the National Film Registry. for being culturally, historically, or aesthetically significant. I would say it's probably very well deserved. Definitely a well-deserved honor for this film. Just a lot of great photos. I mean, very Arnold heavy. Oh, there's Cameron, James Cameron back in 1991. The end for the T1000 falling into the liquid magma, I guess. Got a collector's pen and pencil set, which I guess the T2 is right there on the, I mean, you really can't see it very well, but it looks like a very, there you go. $6.95 for your pen and pencil set. And, you know, obviously, you know, there's some pretty big quotes in the movie I've mentioned. One that I haven't mentioned yet, no fate but what we make. And that was kind of a big theme of the film, in that even though the future seems predetermined, you know, the people in the film have the power to change it. So, you know, it's kind of a big quote, kind of at the end of the film, no fate but what we make, to show a positive outlook for the future at the end of the film. And of course, you know, one of the key elements of the film is the bond between the T-800, Arnold Schwarzenegger's character, and John Connor, played by Edward Furlong. And as you see in the movie, that, you know, the Terminator basically is more of a parental figure to John than his own mother. There you go, no fate card there. And there you have it. At the end of the card there, the boy explains to Terminator, the whole thing goes, the future is not set, there's no fate but what we make for ourselves. So kind of a central theme of the film. Some other notable actors in the film that I haven't mentioned yet. Earl Bowen as Dr. Peter Silverman. He plays Sarah's doctor at the Pescadero State Hospital. He is in the first film. He's actually one of the guys who is evaluating Sarah as the police pick up her and Reese after the first encounter with the Terminator. And so, yeah, he's in the film. Earl Bowen is the real actor's name. Joe Morton, who plays Miles Dyson, he plays the director at Cyberdyne. And then Danny Cooksey, who I've not seen in the cards yet. Danny Cooksey plays John Connor's friend who goes to the arcade with him at the beginning. And many of you, if you know pop culture from this era, played Bobby Budnick from Salute Your Shorts, the Nickelodeon show. So that's probably where, if you watch the movie, you're probably like, oh my God, it's Bobby Budnick. But he's in the film. Dean Norris. Yep, Dean Norris. If the name sounds familiar, Dean Norris was from Breaking Bad. He is in this film, a very minor role as a SWAT team leader. And then Michael Biehn was filmed in scenes intended for the film. Michael Biehn, of course, plays Reese from T1. He plays Sarah Connor's love interest. And obviously, he is John Connor's father. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen Terminator 1. He had his scenes cut from the film. A lot of what his scenes were like flashbacks or dream sequences for Linda Hamilton. The movie was it's like 137 minutes long. So, and that's the theatrical version. So it just goes to show you they had a lot of content and scenes filmed for this movie that just did not make it in. Yeah, Michael Biehn, would have been cool to see him. I would need to see, I'd be interested in seeing those scenes. I think they are available on YouTube, or I did read that they were. I just haven't. There's Miles Dyson, played by Joe Morton. So, yeah, I'm a Michael Biehn fan. I obviously loved him in the first Terminator movie, Tombstone, The Rock. But yeah, Michael Biehn, always, I always enjoy seeing him in movies. That's kind of an awesome collector's mug. Is that like, I guess it's supposed to look like liquid metal, but it's probably just ceramic. Not safe for microwave. Satin etched T2 insignia. That's pretty cool though. And of course, you know, one of the things I do really like about the film is that there's a powerful female character, Linda Hamilton's character, Sarah Connor. In the first movie, she's really like a victim, right? The Terminator's coming after her to try to kill her, to prevent her from giving birth to John Connor. In this movie, she's kind of hardened from knowing what's going to happen, and she kind of just becomes like this warrior, you know, trying to prepare John Connor for his future role as the leader of the human resistance. So, and you know, she becomes this warrior at the expense of really being a good mother to her son. But the Linda Hamilton character in the movie is just like so badass. And, you know, Cameron has that theme in his movies too. You know, Ripley, you know, from the Alien films. You know, another, you know, well, I shouldn't say T2, Aliens. Alien is Ridley Scott, but Aliens is Cameron. And, you know, that's, you know, an example of a movie where Cameron had a very strong female lead character. And I think that is something that Cameron has put in a lot of his movies. So there's that sweet Tyvek jacket again. And we're only about halfway through the box. I'm going to do a few more packs. I think at this point we haven't really, there's not a whole lot of new stuff here. It's 140 cards. I'm not seeing too much new. But I do want to give these cards the time they deserve. But I don't think at this point, halfway through, it does look like we've got most of the set, if not all of it. I'm really not seeing anything new. There's the end of the film. Arnold Schwarzenegger, he can't self-destruct, so they have to lower him into the liquid metal to destroy him. Obviously, they don't want any more of the of the robot available, because that was the problem after the first movie where Joe Morton had the arm and the chip, and that's kind of leads to Judgment Day. There you go. So there's, I don't think we've seen this yet, and I'm kind of glad I hadn't stopped yet, but so there's a dream sequence here, and that's a shot from that with Michael Biehn. And so I'm going to kind of pause on that one. So there you go. Not in the theatrical version, but it found its way into this set, which is interesting. There you go, Joe Morton again. The end of the T-1000. Again, the grenade gun kind of makes him all discombobulated, and he falls into the liquid metal, destroying him. Oh, there you go. There's Earl Bowen, who I mentioned earlier, Dr. Peter Silverman. He's the doctor at the Pescadero State Hospital. Again, he's in the first film. He's the guy on the left. There's the liquid nitrogen truck that we think is going to stop the T-1000. Doesn't. There you go. They're at Cyberdyne. They're collecting the arm and the chip from the first movie, collected from the T-800 that was destroyed at the end of the first movie. Oh, you know what? Right there on the right, not a clear shot, but with that mullet, that is Danny Cooksey, better known as Bobby Budnick from Salute Your Shorts. Oh, and the offer card. How can I forget? The t-shirts, which we have not seen yet. The laser collectors laser t-shirts, and shirt A and shirt B. And again, it's a T for T2, decorated by a laser image technology transfer system. There you go. Makes it sound a whole lot more than it's just screen printed. But gotta love it that they're making it seem like a lot cooler than it than it really is. Although the shirt itself is pretty cool, in my opinion. I'm gonna have to look up some of those on eBay, see if those still exist or if people bought them. And yeah, I think at this point, we've seen most of these cards at this point. There's another shot of Cameron and the buttons. And there you go, these colorful T2 buttons. Add them to your collection of movie memorabilia. So there you go. We'll open, let's open two more because we're kind of about 26 minutes in here and we're not really going to find a whole lot new. But let's just take one final look here. Behind the scenes, Robert Patrick again. I don't think I've seen these shots yet, or those at least. This one I think we have. And then the Tyvek jacket. There you go. One last look at that sweet jacket. Just the wrinkles everywhere. And it says, oh, I was going to say, protect yourself from the T1000. Protect yourself from the elements in this warm, lightweight Tyvek jacket with T2 insignia and cyborg silhouette, unisex adult sizes. So there you go. I don't know how that Tyvek jacket is definitely not warm. Just saying that, I don't think it is. There's Miles Dyson. All right, I'm gonna flip these. So we're kind of approaching the end here. I think we've seen just about everything. And the collector's action photos, we'll end on that. We'll just look at the back. Capture the movie's intensity with these big, colorful action photos. Set of 3. So those are the 3 you get. 3 photos for $10. So there you go. That's a little bit more than half the box of Terminator 2 Judgment Day movie cards. I'm going to stop here. There are no inserts in here. It's just the 12 cards per pack with the offer cards. We've pretty much seen all of them at this point. So I think that really kind of paints the picture. I might save a few of these for a shorts video, but I think probably can complete at least 1, maybe 2 sets. I'm going to continue opening a few of these off to the side, see how many I can complete, save a few for a shorts feed. But there you go. Terminator 2, Judgment Day, movie cards from 1991. Impel is the company that makes these. So there you have it. Awesome movie. If you haven't seen it, see Terminator 2. I know it's like 34 years old. See it anyway. See it again. As always, thank you all for watching. Thank you to my friend James for picking these up for me. These are awesome cards, and I'm definitely going to try to complete a set, and I may even hold on to one for you, buddy. But thank you for watching. Have a great day, everyone, and so long.